Hi, everybody. Hello. Sorry, I got the live prepped and pulled up, and then I realized I didn't have a piece of cardboard. My little piece of cardboard that's always here was missing. So I had to run in the warehouse and get a little piece of cardboard. Hello. If you are one of our sublimators, if you are a sublimation artist, today's collection will also be available in sublimation. Just give them 10 minutes. They didn't realize it wasn't up on the website. So they're throwing it up right now. So if you are, if you're a sublimator, today's collection, some of y'all were waiting for Christmas full sheet sublimation to come, and this collection will have 2 in it. We'll have 3 this size, and then 2 full sheets. I'm sorry, y'all. Being pregnant makes me have this weird. It's not a burp and it's not a hiccup. It's kind of like halfway in between. It's really frustrating. We're going to dive right into projects today, but I'm going to show you guys the collection today. It's like a little mini, we call it a little mini collection because it's not a full-blown crazy collection. The regular price is $61. It's going to be on sale for $46.50. It comes with 2 full sheets, 3 decals, and rhinestones, 100 grams of rhinestones, and the cute rhinestone appliques. We're actually going to use this on our tumbler today. Not today because we got to get epoxy on it, but we're going to be using this on the tumbler. So you guys have been waiting to see how I've applied one of these. So I thought this is going to be a great opportunity for me to show you guys. It'll take a couple days because we got to glitter it and do our decals and stuff on it today, and then get it under a couple coats of epoxy, and then probably at some point next week we'll do this one. That we are also going to be working on a wine glass. This is a dollar store wine glass. This is nothing fancy, just Dollar Tree. I actually like these because they're really heavy. If you like fancy, these aren't fancy because they're not like super thin, beautiful, elegant glass. These are like meant for me. I don't drink, but if I was to make a fancy holiday drink, I'd probably put it in one of these. But it has a nice thick base, nice thick glass. It's very durable. But anyway, you don't have to use Dollar Tree. So we're going to be applying, because we have never, I don't know that I've ever applied an instant transfer straight onto glass with you guys. I can't remember. I know we've done it on like the Tumbler, but I also was going to put the swag bag rhinestones on this tumbler, but I actually think the green ones are going to look really good because this is so much dominated by red that the ones that are all just green will go in there. So y'all actually requested a green themed hued rhinestone collection. And so I thought this week is perfect because we're dead heat into the Christmas holiday making stuff. And hello, everybody. And so there's a couple things. We have actually launched Aussie before in collections and in bundles, but he has never been up on the website individually. So our holographic green Aussie is available today. There is not a lot. He's very limited, but we had a little bit available, so we put him up on the website individually. But so it'll be his first time ever on the website individually. He's been around forever. I don't know how he got missed, but like me and Christina going through the warehouse the other day and just digging through like what's not actually on the website, we've stumbled upon Aussie. So Aussie has never been on the website individually by himself. He is named after the Emerald City from Wizard of Oz. However, his name actually came from the Aussie from Survivor. I've always liked that name. I like him being called Aussie on Survivor. So his name is Aussie. Hello. Okay, so the Baking Spirits Bright collection is regular price $60 and it's on sale for $46.50. You can find it at iwantglitter.com. You're going to click on today's deals. This is what you're going to get in that collection. These are all instant transfers. If you have not worked with instant transfers, your world is about to shift because they are so easy to work with and they are a permanent bond decal. Like this is a sublimation tumbler that we put the instant transfers all over. This has no epoxy and this is finished. It's just instant transfers. Bloop. They are permanent bonds. You can wash them, hold them. I've been using this all week. It's gone in and out of my cup holder many, many times. It bums me out. I wish I had done this exact pattern on my, I wish I had committed and done this on my big 40-ounce tumbler because I absolutely love this cup now. It's my faves. Hello. But they are so easy to work with. They're just peel, stick, rub down, they're like a rub-on transfer, and but it's not even like scratch on it. It's literally like put down, press on it a little bit, peel the transfer tape away, and you're done. So first, today's little mini collection is called Making Spirits Bright. You're going to see the theme real quick. The first full sheet in here is little gingerbread cookies. Super cute. The second full sheet to match them beautifully and to complement them. Red with white snowflakes. Hello, everybody. Okay, red with white snowflakes. And just FYI, tomorrow is the last day for your battle box submissions. A lot of them have been flooding in, but I just want to remind everybody, tomorrow's the last day for your battle box submissions, and the new battle box goes for sale tomorrow. Now you want a gingerbread cookie? Do you know I went and bought ginger cookies the other day just because we've been doing all this gingerbread stuff and it made me want one. But now I've actually not cut carbs out, but I'm really, really trying not to eat carbohydrates because I realized it gives me really bad heartburn and it makes me feel like garbage with this pregnancy. So these are your first two full sheets. Okay. Hello, Brandy. Okay. Next are the transfers. The instant transfers. This says, let's bake stuff, drink hot cocoa, and watch Christmas movies, which I love. I know a very popular phrase to say watch Hallmark Christmas movies, but now the problem is Lifetime does them, Netflix does them, Hulu has their own originals, YouTube has original, not YouTube. Prime Video has originals, so it's not really even like Hallmark movies anymore because they're all done in the same kind of similar, like feel good style where it's just like easy, low stress. You're not going to get anxiety watching these movies. They're just like heartfelt, wholesome, cute Christmas movies. I just love them. Emily and I talk about it all the time. So one of Emily's ex-boyfriends writes for Hallmark Christmas movies. And he has one coming out on Thursday. I already forgot what it's called. But yeah, so we love them. I love that they're low stress. I'm not going to be like on the edge of my seat, like watching. Like if you watch what is that show that Alyssa got me watching? The medical show, Grey's Anatomy, the active shooter in the hospital episode. I know I'm like 20 years late on this, but I just started watching it. I was like, Alyssa, that one needed some warning. Just like, hey girl, heads up, you're going to hit this one episode. It's real gnarly. It's real emotional. It's real intense. Like, I just want to watch Christmas movies. So this decal is let's bake stuff, drink hot cocoa, and watch Christmas movies. I mean, this is literally my holiday season on a decal. Follow that up with it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas. Also, baking holiday treats with my mom is a tradition. Hello, she's here, Eileen. This one is Christmas calories don't count, and it has all the goodies and the hot cocos and the little peppermints and the little Christmas treats, and I think it's a little Christmas chocolate chip cookies. Very cute, very cute. Christmas calories don't count. So these are your instant transfers. You're gonna get 2 full sheets, 3 decals, and then you're also gonna that's the decal pack. Okay, so this is the little decal pack. I need some coffee. No, girl, this is just what it's like when I don't eat carbs and I feel better. I've decided I quit eating carbs like last Wednesday, like a week, been a week. Not quit eating, but really heavily reduced because I eat a lot of carbohydrates, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Then you have the Rhinestone applique. These are heat transfer. You can put them on your tumblers with a heat gun. Somebody asked if you could do it with a press. I don't know. I've never tried it with a press. I'm sure you could just do it on a low heat. You don't need to like super heat these. Like you just got to warm them up with your heat gun. But if you have a heat press, you could probably wrap it in very, very like on like 200, 225, like for like 3 seconds, maybe. I don't know. You think I'm prejudiced from making transfers with coffee? I don't even drink coffee. I haven't had caffeine in 25 years. Yeah, I haven't had caffeine in 25 years. I'm freaking jolly. These are rhinestones, by the way. They're sparkly rhinestones. I'm getting the glare on the paper is making it so you cannot really see the sparklies. I'm freaking jolly. Thank you, Michelle. How you doing, girl? Michelle and I did hair together forever. Michelle, guess what? Baby girl number 4 is due in March. You need instant transfers with coffee sayings. Oh, we have a grip of them. Oh, well, yeah, we do. I mean, they sell out, but you're jolly, but man, the headache. The auction is still at $375. I'm not sure we're going to keep the auction going today. We have so much to go. Mondays are rough, so probably tomorrow. We'll do the auction, work on the auction cup tomorrow. Thank you, girl. Okay, so you've got Aussie launched individually by himself today. And then your rhinestone collection is going to be all in green hues. This is greens, whites, silvers. It's just greens, whites, and silvers. And it's going to be like dark emerald green up into the light greens, pastel greens, crystal AB greens. This is a resin pack. You're going to get 100 grams. So you'll get 2 of these. This is 1 pack. You'll get 2 of these packs in there. The rhinestone collection is only $21 for 100 grams. And the decal pack for just the 2 full sheets and the 3 instant transfers are $20.50. And the designer pack is $46.50. All right, so that is all up on the website today. We are going to work with the instant transfers and Aussie today. And if we get a chance, the instant transfers, we're going to start our rhinestoning of this cup with these guys. I'm glad I was going to start the swag bag glitter rhinestones on this guy. I'm glad I held out. And because I think the green of these is going to be perfect with the red of this. Hi, Gina. So we have an auction that is an open auction. We started it on Saturday. It is for a tumbler that is going to help. The proceeds are going to benefit a family here in Texas who has a son in the ICU. He's for complications of pneumonia. He's had multiple surgeries and he's fighting for his little life. And it's very touch and go, but the family is racking up medical bills that they're a single income family, and they were already struggling with this economy, and so they're just having a really rough time. So I'm jumping in, and I'm actually auctioning a tumbler that I'm going to be working on. The auction will continue through the entire time until the tumbler is finished. The current bid is sitting at $375, and it's a big 40-ounce tumbler. I took the handles off. It's a big 40-ounce tumbler. We got it glittered on Saturday. These are what's the daisies? Just a turn. We got it glittered on Saturday. Harold on the bottom, Sebastian on the top with the chunkies. Okay, as we work on it, every time I work on it, the auction will reopen. Okay. Yes. So there is a finished vision for that tumbler, but I'm not telling you guys what it is. You'll see it as it goes. Oh, thank you, Eileen. All right, so let's jump into the tumbler making today because we got a long way to go. Long way to go. So we are going to start. Let's start with this guy. So we're going to start with this is actually a mason jar. Okay, so I pre-sprayed it. I taped off the top. Okay, this is where we're at. It is pre-prepped, pre-sprayed. We're going to be using Aussie glitter on here. We're also going to be using our gingerbreads. Yeah, we're going to be using our gingerbread dudes. Instant transfer. All right, so let's just jump in. This is the Baking Spirits Bright Collection. If baking holiday goodies as a family is part of your tradition, then this is your jam. This always reminds me of Dory Snow, this one, because Dory and I are both bakers, and we used to do we did the Great Big Bear Bake Off. We had families up there, and we did bake offs for each meal. And then the families all ate the goodies together. All right, there we go. Oh, that's perfect. So we have a little head. All right, so we are going to wrap this instant transfer around. So if you haven't seen the instant transfers used before, they're super easy. Let me use my. Sorry, you guys. Why is my? You guys are turning funny. There we Okay, so we're going to measure around. This guy is 10 3/4. So I'm going to take my gingerbread guy, and we're going to measure out 10 3/4. Oh, this, ooh, we're going to be just a little touch too big, so we only have to trim off a tiny bit. Ten 3/4. Oh, I did 10 1/2 on that one. Whoopsie daisies. I said 10 3/4, and then I measured 10 1/2. 10 and 10 3/4. All right. I do 10 3/4 with these instant transfers. I always go like a slight, like a millimeter over. Because if it overlaps a teensy weensy bit, you're not even going to notice. All right, so we're going to go like 1 millimeter. Okay. So now he is ready to rock and roll. I don't need to save this. I'm never going to use that little tiny piece. Throw that away. If it was an inch by an inch, 2 inches, maybe I'd save it for a pop socket if it had like a little gingerbread head on it. Now on this one, I am not going to be able to put a piece of tape on it because it's got the spray paint on it, and I don't want to lift the tape up, the spray paint up with the tape. So we're going to get out my little laser light. This works for me. No matter what I do, I'm always slightly off or whatever with my measurements. It's inevitable. Oh, that's not Sorry, I'm readjusting all my switches. Okay. So what I've got here is a laser pointer thing. And you turn it on, and it does a laser square, and this little guy rotates. You put your cup there, and it's going to give you the up and down. So what you do is you basically twist the little knob on the top, and you line up to where the laser is going through the exact same space on both sides. So right through the 5 and right through the 5. Okay, and then you can mark. That does not look level. Okay, I don't know. All right, we're gonna. But I don't trust myself, so I'm gonna mark. I'm gonna make a mark on here where that line is because it says it's. This is telling me I'm right on, but I don't trust my eyeballs, so we're gonna trust the laser, I guess. Like I said, I'm terrible at this lighting up stuff. Sorry, my plug came out of my laser. I'll lose it. All right, so I'm going to set it up like this. Well, now it does look straight. See, that's why I don't trust my eyeballs, because it did not look even kind of upright. All right. Hi, guys. Hello from Puerto Rico. All right, so we are going to start by separating the front and the back. I use a little craft knife to get between the two because I cannot, for the life of me, get these apart with my own fingernails. Okay, and then you're only going to peel back a micro amount of the vinyl. Now that I've got this separated, I'm actually going to go through and use my oil slick scissors. Hello guys. So if you're just jumping in, we are working with the Baking Spirits Bright collection. It has 2 full sheet instant transfers and 3 decal instant transfers, all about baking and having Christmas baking and holiday calories and fun stuff. Hello, Pam. We're going to put it right on this guy. And we also launched Aussie today individually. He's in limited stock, but he is new on the website. And we're going to use him on this tumbler. All right, so I'm using my line to place this guy down. Okay, now you can test it. It's hard to tell with these guys because you got the transfer sheet underneath. Let's see. That's showing it's way off. I don't think it's that far off though. Oh, committed. I forgot it wasn't vinyl. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're just committing. I should have measured twice. I should have done it again. Yeah, see, it's coming out fine. The other way, when I wrapped it, it was looking like it was off balance. I mean, not going. Now it looks like it's fine. Done. It's a little off. Shoot. You guys, 95 times. I hate being live when I do stuff like this. Okay. Hi. Okay, you know, I always say peel the transfer sheet off before you do your instant transfer all the way around. I didn't do that. Farts and tarts. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all right. We got this. Okay. I forgot to pull the instant transfer sheet, carrier sheet off. But we have overlap, remember? So I can trim it on the overlap. So I can pull up that. And we'll be good. Perfect. All right, we made it work. We got this. Being live it warps your brain just a little bit. Because I'm like in a hurry because I know it's boring to watch some tedious stuff. Oh, I'm so pregnant. I can't get down there. Okay. All right. So now we've got our little gingerbreads on the bottom. Oh, girl, Lisa, you guys watch me make mistakes almost every day. I'm the same stumbling, tumbling almost as Emily sometimes. Oh, that's already freaking cute. So what we're going to do is we're going to then glitter up here with Aussie. Let's tape them back off. I pulled the tape just so I could show you the style of tumbler. But we're going to retape it back off because we are going to glitter him with Aussie now. Now, normally when I'm doing chunky glitter, I actually recommend it's definitely not boring. No, I keep myself on my toes as well as you guys. So I'm going to retape it off very carefully. I'm taping it off because it has this cup has a rim that a rounded top. And the chunky glitter, if I try to go over that rounded top, is going to give me fits for days. And I'd rather have a nice smooth finish and silver top than worry about it. And I'm thinking that I can either rhinestone the top. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, if I end up not liking the silver, just plain top right here, I can rhinestone it and also rhinestone into the lid and the top. So, but for this cup, we're doing instant transfer into Aussie. Okay, so now we're going to take some of our tacket. We're going to get Aussie ready. Okay, grab a little paintbrush. Hi guys, this is the Baking Spirits Bright Collection. If you're just jumping in. Oh, I'm plugged up. Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, I always separate my tacket out. So I'm going to do it in two places. We're going to do it up here, and then we're going to do the butt. But I'm not going to do the whole butt. I'm just going to do the centerpiece. Okay, so we're going to get this tacket on. Because this is chunky glitter, you do not need to worry about brush strokes. The chunky glitter, nothing will show through that chunky glitter. I've been seeing all the posts of you guys doing all the holiday markets, and it looks like you guys are all being real successful at holiday markets. And when you show your booths, I'm like, oh, so cute, cute stuff, creative styles. Yeah, we've been loving it. All right. So with the tacket, like I said, you do not need to worry about brush strokes when you're doing chunky glitter. It's actually more important to get a beefy amount of the glue on there than worry about brush strokes when you're doing chunky glitter, because you want it to hold on to all those big pieces. And that's why I think hang method is the best way to apply chunky glitter. But for the sake of me not having to try to struggle through being pregnant, just breathing is exhausting. So breathing in my mask is a little bit harder now that I'm pregnant. So I'm going to limit. I'm like, okay, so just so I don't have to put my mask on at the beginning of the live and wear it for the whole live in this room, I am going to just do all the epoxy work at the very end. And what I can do without epoxy, we're going to just try to go without epoxy for a while, at least in the beginning of the lives. So tacket is the next best option. I would never apply Mod Podge, chunky glitter with Mod Podge. You can, if that's your only option, and you don't have any other option, it works fine. It's the least of my favorites. We call it the devil's glue. Well, Jessica calls it the devil's glue, and it makes me laugh. So we call it the devil's glue. So I'm just using my straight edge paintbrush. It's a flat paintbrush. And these are just dollar store paintbrushes. These aren't even like nice. These are like plastic bristles. But it works just fine, especially because I ruin my paintbrushes left and right. And my kids ruin my paintbrushes left and right as well. They just ruined a whole grip of my paintbrushes. And I thought to myself, good thing I only buy them at Dollar Tree. Because they painted they painted their own squishies, those little squishmallow things. Yes, Hamish. Hamish is a huge fan favorite. What did I just do with Aussie? Y'all. Oh, he's right here. So Aussie is the glitter that we launched today. Well, Aussie has been in bundles, collections, etc. He has never just been on the website alone. And so we didn't know that. And so he just went up. Okay. I'm going to use my fan brush because I can get more narrow with the fan brush. And brush that edge. Okay. Then I'm going to just tap all that chunky glitter down onto that sticky surface. Okay. If it looks like there's glue poking through, just throw some glitter on it. Keep pushing down. Oh, it's a gorgeous green. It's a beautiful holographic chunky green. Yeah, he's supposed to be part of our regular collection. He's supposed to be like how Maui and Aziel and Flynn are chunky holographic versions of the fine green that we have. Oscar is our fine green. I don't know why Aussie never made it up on the website. It's just an oversight that everyone just assumed it was there. So sorry, y'all, if you've ever gone up and tried to find our holographic chunky green, because we were slacking. All right, so now we're going to pull our tape. Okay. Then we'll let that dry. Here we go. So what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to get, we are going to rhinestone, most likely, rhinestone this part here, glitter, instant transfer. And then once we get some coats of epoxy on it, nice and smooth, I'm going to take these Christmas lights and I'm going to wrap the Christmas lights around the green part. Oh, they would be really cute. Oh, I might be changing my mind. It'd be cute to put a little thin stripe of like red vinyl and then these over the top of it maybe. Nah, I'll put these right in the middle of the green. So I'm going to put these guys. We're working on a Flynn restock. He sold out during Spooktacular. How freaking cute. So this is just the beginning of this one. This is the base. It's coming to life. Okay, so that's Aussie and the Baking Spirits Bright Gingerbread Full Sheet Instant Transfer. You need some pinks. Well, we are the pros at pinks. We have tons and tons and tons of pinks. Brighton is one of the brand new pinks that we just launched. All right, so this guy's going to go in the back. We're going to let him fully dry up, and we're going to get him sealed. I did a lot of sealing and base painting today. I've got a bunch of tumblers prepped, ready to go for this week. Okay, so that is Aussie and the full sheet from Baking Spirits Bright. Now, regular glitter duster brush out. The table real quick. By the way, where that instant transfer ripped, you can barely see it because instant transfers are very forgiving. And I will probably cover it with something. We'll put a decal on it, poinsettia or something on it. I won't even see it. What did you miss? Everything. You missed all the things we've already done. Spicy today. All right, so Baking Spirits Bright, here we go. This is the full sheet. We've used the piece off the bottom. You can cut these instant transfer full sheets however you want with a super sharp blade, just like I did. You can cut them just like vinyl and treat them just like vinyl. That's sheet number 1. This is sheet number 2. And then these are your decals. We're about to just jump into these, okay? So here's decal number 1. It says Christmas calories don't count. It's this one says it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas and has all the cute little baking tools around it. Super cute. I love this one has like the frosting on it. It's in Christmas have frosting on it, and then the to taste has little like sprinkles on it. Let's bake. Let's bake, drink hot cocoa, and watch Christmas movies. I love this one. Okay. Then that's the decal pack. Then you can also get the I'm Freaking Jolly Rhinestone Transfer or the Christmas Light Rhinestone, the Christmas Transfer. Okay. all the things together, including the rhinestone mix. It's a green hued rhinestone mix. Greens, whites, silvers, all the different greens, whites, and silvers. And this you get 100 grams of this. So there is a full, what is it called? A collection, a mini collection, which has all the things. Or you can buy the decal pack separate, or you can buy the rhinestone separate, or you can buy the rhinestone transfer separate. Okay. And Aussie is not part of the collection. He's just been launched today. He's available individually. Hi, guys. See you later, Sanja. Okay, so, oops, I did that. We are going to do the Christmas calories don't count. Okay, so we're going to take Christmas calories don't count. We're going to start by adding him straight to the glass on this wine glass. We're going to make a fun Christmas. We're going to make a fun Christmas Geode wine glass right now. Okay. The option cup is still sitting at $3.75. I have so much on the docket to work on today. We probably will not work on the option cup today. Okay, so I am trimming this down because we are going to be putting this on a slightly beveled surface. So if you've never seen this, what I'm doing is cutting into it, not into the actual transfer, just around the transfer and anywhere where it's, I want it to be able to flex a little bit. The outside will keep it from flexing, but if you trim it, oh, it's so hard for you guys to see it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it somewhere. If you put the little notches in the transfer sheet, it makes it easier to curve and flex around a curve. Okay. So because this part of the wine glass is going to be slightly beveled up here, I'm going to go ahead and make my little marks where I'm not actually cutting the instant transfer. I'm only cutting the transfer sheet between the areas. I'm going between. Sorry, it's hard to like be very precise and also show you guys at the same time. Cutting between the little, like down in there. I'm going to make a little notch. Okay. That makes it a little easier to curve it around a cup. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to put it on this wine glass. I guarantee you it's not going to be straight. I never get it straight. I know my weaknesses. If I had an assistant, this one I would say, come on and apply this decal so it's straight, because I won't get it straight. So much things, so many little time. Okay, so we're going to take, this is just a wine glass from dollar store, you guys. Nothing fancy. Okay, so I'm going to separate the back from the front. When you're, especially because this one has the little tiny letters and words, you want to focus about peeling the backing away from the front, not the front away from the backing. So see, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to peel that back away from the front. If you go the other way around, sometimes the instant transfer wants to stay on the transfer sheet, on the backing. Okay, I got to stand up so I don't screw this up. Okay. Straight. I am not going to put this under epoxy, so I have to be very careful to not touch the backing, the white back. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do one side at a time, okay? I don't just start pressing down. So I'm going to go out and slowly, slowly work it down. This is where those little spots along that outside are going to be very key to getting this to lay down flat over that bevel, because these little things can overlap each other. If you don't pre-cut those, it's going to make it real, real hard on you. Okay, that side went down without a hitch. Okay. Fingers crossed for this side. Here we go. You got to go slow and you got to watch. You don't want to force it in any one direction. If you go all the way along the bottom, you're going to cause a huge ripple there. So you just want to slowly work your way across the whole surface and making sure that bevel is evenly dispersed between the multiple different areas of the decal. Okay, we almost had a little ripple there, so I pulled it tight with my finger. Got it in. Drop it down. Go this little section right here. This does not just go down smoothly because it's on that bevel. It takes tricky, like, balancing act here. Okay, rub it down. Oh, I chipped my pen. Getting my nails done tomorrow. They're so bad. My nails are so bad. She left them longer this time. She's a new nail person. She left my nails long this time. Longer. And I told her, I was like, oh, she's like, really? You want them short? I was like, yeah, that's fine. We'll leave them for now. But she's going to see why. And I tell her why. And then look, they're all just broken. I cannot have any length on my nails. Here we go. Okay. These letters, there's a little bump between the two letters. So I'm going to cut between the C and the H, right above the C and right below the H. I saw that little ripple coming, so I actually lined it and specifically pointed it where there's going to be a buckling of the decal right there. So it's hard to see on camera, but what I just did is I took my X-Acto knife right between the two letters and I sliced, and then I just gently lifted up the back of the H, pushed the C completely flat, and then laid it's like a tiny, it's like less than a millimeter overlap. So that is the only spot on this cup that I have like a buckle, right? If you do have a buckle, get in there with your X-Acto knife and very, very carefully, let's just say right here, like slice, cut, okay? And then just use the very tip to lift and overlay it. Okay, so that wasn't really a buckle. I was just trying to show you an example. So if you had like an area where it kind of pinched together when you were curving it, feels like there's something right here. I don't see it, but I feel it. There must be a buckle right here that I can't, or something going on right here. I couldn't see it, but there must have been one. It must have been very small. Okay, so if you have any buckling, just slice, lift up one side, slightly overlap it with the other, and hopefully you can feel and see the buckling coming. So try to point your buckling to be on the seam of something. So like right there, that was the middle of the hot chocolate. I showed you that example. I don't know why I picked that spot. It didn't matter because I was just slicing and replacing it where it was. But let's say like here, if you see a buckle coming, try to put it between the cup and the tree so that if you do have to cut to fix the buckle, you're not cutting into anything, right? You're not cutting into anything that's going to be visible because it's going to be right on a seam anyway. Okay. That's why these instant transfers are awesome, because they're so forgiving. Okay, so now we have that on. It says Christmas calories don't count. I wanted it up higher because we're going to glitter the bottom. And then we are going to epoxy the base. All right, so now let's jump into that part. Well, I was going to glitter. I was going to glitter the stem, like glitter the stem and ombre it down and out, which I should technically do first. But I really want to do that geode on the bottom. Oh, Chris, I'll keep you entertained today. I'll keep you distracted. Ooh. Sorry, that broken nail's sharp. So I want to put like red glitter. Who would I use? I didn't pick out a red glitter. Let's see. Oh, Yosef. I will 100% use Yosef. Okay. So let's tape off our tumbler. And then we'll do the geode. Hi guys. So we're going to turn this cup into, we're basically turning this cup into like a really nice gift. Why am I taping it off? Why did I get tape? I was like, I got to tape it off. I don't remember why I was taping it off. I know I'm going to spray paint this. I guess we're tape off the overspray. No. Okay, never mind. Farts and tarts. Okay, here we go. We're going to glitter it, and then we're going to try to be real careful with that wet glitter. Because really, the glittering and ombreing, et cetera, should happen pre, the pre-geode. Maybe we won't ombre it. Because that's gonna make that geode tricky. Sticky, tricky. Okay, so I'm just taking my tacket. Putting it over the stem. Because I want to make the stem fancy. Okay. Hi guys. Again, this is just, we are upgrading a dollar store wine tumbler today. This is going to be an inexpensive, like if you have an office Christmas gift party, you don't have to make them Christmassy, but this is a good, fun little idea as a gift to take. I'm just using my flat edge of my paintbrush to give me a nice straight line around the base of the cup. Again, if you feel more comfortable taping it off to get your straight line, you can do that. It's going to be personal preference. Now this is going to be fine glitter, so you do want to avoid lots of brush strokes. Get it nice and smooth. For the benefit of that tumbler, finished tumbler. Okay, and we have chunky glue lifted up. Okay. I have some chunky glue down there, so I'm just using my finger and just keeping the same pressure on all the way around. I'm just removing some of it because the chunky, the little bubble of glue at the bottom will collect too much glitter. Okay, perfect. All right, so I grabbed Yosef as a glitter today. Yosef is our digital holographic red. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we're just going to get this on. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle Yosef. Pour, I'm not sprinkling, I'm pouring. Coat, coat, coat. We're going to do more than one coat. That's why I went ahead and did it. I was like, it's going to take more than one coat. You can tape it off and spray paint. I did not do that because I thought about it, and then I was like, it would take so much time. You would have to sit and wait for it to dry, et cetera, et cetera. And so I was like, nah, we'll just freehand it. We'll put on multiple coats of glitter, get it started, and then we'll drop in and do the geode here now. So now that we got our first coat of glitter going on, I'm just using my little fan brush. I'm using the fan brush instead of the regular glitter duster brush because I can go along the edge real thin like a straight line and dust it off. All right. So now we're here. Again, this is a Dollar Tree tumbler. We put the decal on it from the Baking Christmas Bright or Baking Spirits Bright today. It says Christmas calories don't count. It has all the Christmas goodies, the mocha, peppermint mocha, chocolate chip cookies. That looks like a hot chocolate maybe. Little Christmas trees. Okay, and then we glittered the stem, and then we're going to geode the bottom. Oh shoot! I should have plugged in my arson tart. Oh, why is never anything where it's supposed to be? My hot glue gun is supposed to be right here. That is not supposed to be there. Holy. Does anybody see my black hot glue gun? Diane's watching this live. I am blaming you, but I'm not blaming you because you get mad when I blame you. But also, where's my hot glue gun? Goes in my cart. Oh, yeah, this one is not what I want. Okay. Why is it in here? Now I'm blaming Christina because I don't know why it's in here. The only time things get dragged in there is from Christina. Oh, this is a tiny one too. No, where's my full size one? I have the same hot glue gun, but in a full size. I want a full size. We're going to be using a lot of hot glue. Blah. Okay. Plug it in. Low, high. Okay. Now you're going to need some silicone base. There must be a hole in this sheet because the glitter's going through. Okay. You're going to need a lot of hot glue for this. You also need something silicone. If you don't have a silicone mat, you can use a large silicone mold, maybe an old one that's already kind of warped and disformed and you don't really care about it. Okay, let me go. Oh, wait. Words. Okay. I'm just going to grab the silicone mat. Hello. Okay, so you need a silicone mat or old silicone mold. Like if you have an old large mold that you have used or don't use anymore and you don't care about, you're like, I'm never going to use it. For one reason or another, I'm actually going over here to see if I just can make my life actually easier. I have the Geode mold. I actually just realized I have the exact mold that I want. And it's in stock and usable, and it did not occur to me to use it till right now. This baby is in the way. Betty, girl, cannot see nothing with you. Well, we might wait till tomorrow because now I really want to use that mold. It's the Geode coaster mold. I don't know why there wouldn't be one in here. But there isn't. Oh, you know where my All right, guys, changing directions. Because now I've convinced myself I want to use this. We have a Geode coaster mold and I want to use that instead. But I will show you what you could do is you can take this, put it on your silicone. No, take this, put a piece of cardboard down first, then your piece of silicone. So it's not floppy when you pick it up. Because you need to have a base so you can pick it up. Okay. Look how prepared I was today. And then you will take your hot glue and make a geode shape around the outside. No, we can still do it. Fine, fine, fine. We're doing it. Mainly because I'm not going to torture you guys and wait till tomorrow. This takes a minute though. You got to use a lot of hot glue. That's why I wanted my full size one, because a lot more hot glue comes out. And you're just going to build. It's going to take forever with this hot glue gun. You build your dam. Don't go perfect. Don't go too big either. Because this is going to be the bottom of your tumbler. So if it's too big, then it's going to be a pain. It's actually going to be too big. So let's go a little closer. Remember, this is going to be, you have to hold this cup. So you don't want to go too gnarly. Okay, so this is what you do. You just go around. But you do one round, then you let it dry, and then you come in and you do another layer over the top. Well, actually, I'm not going to wait. I'm just showing you guys how to do it, but we're not going to actually use it. Okay, so hot glue is a silicone product. Now, here's the thing that you do want to know. If you're doing it this way because you don't have that, we have a mold that has like 6 geode shapes for coasters on the website, which is what we're going to use. We're going to wait till tomorrow. I was like, we'll go ahead and show you how to do this. It has 6 geode coaster shapes. You can just put it down in your glass in the middle there and then pour and just use the actual mold. But if you don't have that mold, you can create your mold using hot glue. Here are the tips that you need to know if you're going to make your mold, create your mold using hot glue. Is you want to use deep pour epoxy, not tumbler epoxy, because tumbler epoxy cures harder, faster, and you want to have time. You want to use the deep pour epoxy because it cures slower at a cooler temperature. Okay, that's also important. It cures at a cooler temperature. It doesn't get as hot as like one that you probably don't even notice with your tumbler epoxy, but deep pour epoxy and tumbler epoxy, like art epoxy, heat up to cure. They create heat. That's why you get flash cures if you have too much in a cup, because it's creating heat. The heat is balling up on itself because you have too much in the cup and the heat is just kind of balling up on each other. There's a word for that. It creates more and more heat. And the more heat it creates, the hotter it gets, and then it just like combusts, basically. Not really. It's called a flash cure. That's happening on your tumbler epoxy, but it's happening at it's much cooler, but it's still hot. It's very hot compared to deep pour. That's why deep pour is called deep pour, because you can pour it thicker because it cures at a lower temperature. And so deep pour cures slower at a lower temperature, which means that the heat of the epoxy will not heat up and fuse and heat up your hot glue and fuse to your hot glue. Just hot glue my table. It will not heat up and hot glue your table. So if you pour tumbler epoxy in there, it's going to heat up as it's curing, and it's going to also heat up that hot glue and potentially stick and bond to that hot glue because the hot glue gets melty against it. 2, it dries harder, faster, and the harder the epoxy dries before you peel this away, it does not peel away like it does from a regular mold, because as you're making, it's making little ridges and ribs. You know what? I have another tumbler. If you want to see this in a video in a whole, I have it on Snapchat. I made these on Snapchat. Now they're like viral. Everyone's doing them. But this is a finished one. But see the edge? I didn't finish the edges off on these. But see how the edge is kind of ripply and it looks like a natural rock almost? That's from the hot glue being like the levels of the hot glue being in there, okay? So this is what our end goal is for this guy, okay? Making a really pretty bottom on this wine glass and making it a fancy little wine glass set. Sorry, these are kind of dusty. But we're going for this like decorative base. And you can finish up these edges. You can do however you want. These ultimately, I was going to put like crystals and stuff on the outside, but this is where they landed. And now they're just here to show you guys things like that. So that's the edging you're going to get by using your hot glue. So now we see this one is pretty much dry. So we're going to go in and we're going to add another layer on top. And we're going to just start building up this wall around this tumbler. Oh, see, it takes a lot of hot glue. So slowly just go around. And build up that wall. And it's not the more hot glue you use, the better, because otherwise it just pours over the edge. You literally just want to put enough along that top rim for it to balance and stay on top of that top rim without it gooing over the edges. Because if it goes over the edge, you're going to have the, it's all going to follow it. So it's going to all just pour off the edges. The surface tension. Okay. And you're just going to do this over and over until you get it high enough to where you think it's thick enough to go up your wine glass. When I say that thick enough, I mean the epoxy can be thick enough to go up your wine glass. So you want this ridge at least a little bit higher than the bottom edge of here. So you want at least a little edge of this wine base to be covered so that it's completely wrapped in there, right? Does that make sense? So this one's a little too big. I honestly should have made it a little smaller. I got a little aggressive and excited about my geode. Okay, now I just feel like I'm halfway there. Does that make sense? Does everybody get it? So then you would just pour your colors. You can pour strips, stripes. You can do like that one. I did the dark and the gold leafing and the white, the clear epoxy, the black epoxy, and then the gold leafing. But you can put little rocks down there and make little geodes and do all the kinds of fun things. Don't worry about the spider webs in the beginning. Let it dry and then pull the spider webs out for you. If you are a hot glue artist, you know that spider webbing is serious. Hi guys, can somebody give me a wave? My comments are stuck. Our internet has been real fussy today. Real fussy today. Hi, everybody. All right. So we'll finish this cup tomorrow. Okay. We'll not finish it. We're going to keep working on it tomorrow because we're going to put it down. I'm going to use the geode. Yeah, my comments are totally stuck. We'll put it down in the geode coaster mold and use the geode coaster mold. But if you don't have the geode coaster mold, you can make your own coaster. You can make your own mold doing this. Okay. Let's see, silicone comes right off your, so if you have a silicone mold, if you don't have a silicone mat, you can use a silicone mold. It comes right off. Okay. There we go. Let me plug this. Unplug my glue gun. Okay. Not that cool. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I can't see comments. Give me just a second. I'm going to back out and come right back in. There we go. Hello. Yeah, sorry, guys. I couldn't see anything. I was flying blind. I thought you guys weren't talking to me, and I know you never don't talk, so I knew that wasn't right. Hello. All right. So the baking spirit spray is what launched today. We've got the green colored toned. You guys, this was by request. You guys were asking for just some green paletted rhinestones. So this is green, white, and silver in this collection. You can also get this is going to be used on the tumbler that we worked on earlier. These are the Christmas light rhinestone applique. This is heat transfer. I'm freaking jolly. Same thing. It's going to be a heat transfer rhinestone applique. You can also put these on fabric or whatever you want. The decals, the one on the wine glass is part of this instant transfer pack. It says Christmas calories don't count. Sorry, it's hard to see with the clear glass. It says Christmas calories don't count. You have let's bake stuff, drinks hot cocoa, watch Christmas movies, decal. And it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas. This would be very cute if you do Christmas goodie plates, both of these would be very cute. You can go to Dollar Tree. They have they have glass plates at Dollar Tree. You can glitter the back side of the plate, right? So if it's a clear one, you can still glitter it. Use same concept. Use a hang method to apply your glitter, and do all your glitter on the back side. Hang method and put your layers, and then flip it over and put this on the top of the plate. And then after you make your little goodie plates to take to people's houses, make sure they have directions to know that this is a display plate only for buddies. But both of these decals would be cute in the middle of a plate like that. Or if you can make a cute little if you have little boxes for your or mason jars, do big mason jars, and if you do the gifts with the mason jars, you can put this on a large mason jar and put all the fixings to make all they have to do is add eggs and milk and mix it up, and it makes cranberry muffins or something, and give that away as a gift. This would be super cute, and put a big cute bow on it. So there's a lot of ways to use these instant transfers other than just on your tumblers. These are very, very, this would be a really cute one. The one that says, let's bake stuff, drink hot cocoa, and watch Christmas movies. This would be a really cute one. If you do the hot chocolate mix, you make your own custom hot chocolate mix and the powder, and then you can put this on a big mason jar and put some plaid bow on the top and some little raffia or something. Would be very cute as little gifts. Or if you go to farmers markets and you do markets, I guarantee you these would sell very well, especially if you have very unique things inside there, like chocolate cranberry scones or something. I don't know. Plates made with FDA compliant epoxy are display only. Yes, no, yes, and no. If they have the epoxy would be on the back. From the way I'm saying it, the epoxy would be on the back side. You would glitter the back so that you could see through it to the glitter, and then have the epoxy on the back, and then have this on the front. If they have epoxy on them, yes, I would say they're display. And this is where it comes into personal choice and what you personally believe and what your research tells you. My research says yes, it is display only. You don't want to cut on top of it, because if somebody puts a steak on top of it and cuts it with a serrated knife, they're going to cut the epoxy. They're going to cut the epoxy and get little bits of epoxy. It might be microscopic, and then that'll be in their food, and then they're going to be eating it, which it's FDA compliant, but you also don't want to eat it. So, or if they put something really hot, like a blazing hot mashed potatoes straight out, whap it down. That heat on that FDA compliant epoxy, it's not going to be good. You don't like the heat, and they're going to put it in the dishwasher. Inevitably, it's going to end up in the dishwasher, which is not dishwasher. So yeah, for me, like the charcuterie boards, they are not cutting boards. They are charcuterie boards. It's more that it's also going to get destroyed if you use it for actual eating. It's more like a serving tray or display tray. Yes. So I personally will stand on the mountain of no, do not put food on, even if it's FDA compliant. Do not put hot food or cut on it or anything. So like people making those grinders with epoxy, I'm like, that just stresses me out, because I'm like, you're grinding something, and that little bits of epoxy are going to inside that, whatever you're grinding, we know what they're grinding, but whatever. And then they're going to smoke that, and they're going to be smoking little tiny bits of epoxy. Now you know how I feel about the grinders, because if you are in any other epoxy groups, grinders come up all the time, and the comments are intense. Now you know where I stand on that one. That's where I stand politically. Don't make grinders. Well, I'm going to always be the person who says be safe. Because we all want to be as healthy as we can be when we're old. I mean, let's be honest. Now that I'm okay, before I used to say I hope that I just die when I'm skydiving at 75, so I don't have to go through all the old ailments, right? But now I'm 43 and having a baby, which means I'm like, I've got to live till at least 65 till they graduate and get into college, and then I want to be a part. I want grandbabies, for Pete's sake. I'm not doing all this to not have grandbabies. So now I've got to live till I'm 85, 90 years old. So that shot my plan right the heck. Heck-a-doodle. Okay. So this is your Baking Spirits Bright is your collection today, y'all. I'm going to tell you how we're doing because I know it's probably, I haven't told you update numbers. All right. There are only 25 designer packs left. There are only, wow, there's only 9 Aussies left. There's only 9 of these guys left. There's only 38 sets of the half pearls. Apparently the green was super popular. Jeez Louise, you guys. There's only 38 sets of the rhinestones left. This sounds like a big number, but it's not. There's only 75 of these Christmas light appliques. The decal pack for just the decals, there's only 14 left. So this collection is almost sold out. There's only 14 left of just the decal pack. And what did I say? There's only 25 of the all-inclusive left. So the all-inclusive has the rhinestones, the decals, and the rhinestone appliques, the rhinestone sets, the rhinestone full sets, and these, all the transfers. There's only 25 of those left. There's only 9 Aussies left. There's only 38 of the multicolored rhinestones and half pearls. And there's only 14 of just the decals left. Now, I'm just saying, oh, and the freaking Jolly only has 79. Then just FYI, there's only 51 of the mirror mica, the green mirror mica left. The not made for winter instant transfer, there's only 14 left. The big black bumblebee instant transfer, there's only 9 left. The honeybee drinks, it's like all the drinks with all the honey. Oh, I love that. I just love it. There's only 2 left. The queen bee only has 11 left. The Western Barbie instant transfer only has 17 left. The big blue sunflower instant transfer full sheet, there's only 26 left. The big 3D bumblebee, the blue with flowers, is only 25 left. There's only 1 rubber ducky straw topper left. That's random. I'm looking at the low list. There's only 14 of the feather applique left. There's only 12 of the peacock applique left. The Christmas gingerbread, oh, I didn't know this came back in stock. They must have come back in stock and you guys are already almost buying it out. So the Christmas gingerbread faux sprinkle mix was sold out. That's it has the little tiny gingerbreads in it. Super stinking cute. There's only 6 left. That would actually go real cute with this. I'm just telling you guys the really popular stuff. The little opalescent butterfly shapes that launched with the Happy Souls palette. There are only 16 of those left. Live Mix 116. That's the really Christmassy one with the holly leaves. That's in my shaker tumbler. There's only 28 left. Live Mix 117 from last week. There's only 71 left. And I mixed a huge batch of that. That was a big batch because I went in and added more because I knew it was already almost sold out. Serape Sunset decal pack. There's only 19 Serape Sunset decal packs left. Is there new instant transfers other than the designer pack? No, the decal pack is it for today. There's no individual ones launched today. There's only 11 Serape Sunset designer packs left, and there's only 19 of just the decal packs left. Hi, Pam. All right, but yeah, this whole collection is almost sold out. We're getting right at the edge. Right at the edge of all of them. They're like 25, 30 of each thing. Sorry, my phone is, I'm trying to. Okay, now let me get my. Let me go get my glasses. I'll be right back. Oh, gotten up and down a lot in this slide. Oh no, you know what? We're pivoting. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna do epoxy work now. Let me get on my. So I gotta get a bunch of these Turners under epoxy. I was gonna rhinestone with y'all, but I forgot. I have other plans. I was just really want to. I really want to finish this tumbler. It's freaking cute. It says love. It's our shaker cup, and it says love on one side. It says mistletoe kisses and candy cane wishes on the other side. And I want to put the icicles of rhinestones on there, but it's going to wait for another day. It's not going to happen today. Because, okay, so if you want to grab the Baking Spirits Bright collection, it is currently up on the website. It's all getting low in numbers. I'd be surprised if some of it makes it to tomorrow. Y'all, because everybody watching the pivot. Actually, the rhinestoning, that was the pivot. You see all my Turners back there? That was the original plan. I was about to just abandon the original plan and just have go into rhinestones. I do really love rhinestoning. I'm just trying to get the time to really go for it. Okay, so let's see. We are going with. Who do we want to do? Who do we want to do? Who do we want to do? Okay, let's just grab the. Let's get this big boy. Now, I've been testing this double turner out. It's on our Amazon list. I do like it. I am just a single turner person. I like having one turner. I like that I can move them around on my shelf back there and angle them if I need to. This guy is very convenient if you don't have the space to move and your tumblers are going to be in one space. This is going to be your jam because it's nice. It is a nice tumbler, a turner, and it's very inexpensive. It's on our Amazon shopping list. I don't remember what it's called, but the link is on our under the tumblers and turners. Okay. So we have. I'm just lining up that guy. Well, here's the funny part. I plan to really go gung ho. This will be the only, any of our holiday stuff, this is the only launch. We will not restock any of the holiday stuff because by the time it comes back in, we're going to be like mid-December and nobody's going to be buying Christmas stuff because we're all going to be like you've already got to have all your Christmas tumblers done by mid-December because you have your holiday parties and your gift exchanges and stuff. So, how do I like these inserts? I do really like them. I do struggle with the fact that I can't squeeze them down. Like if you don't have the perfect size one, then you got to jerry rig something. But they do tend to hold the tumblers on very sturdy and they don't wobble around a lot. I do like them. I would give them a positive review. I would say get different brands of ones. You can see I have two different brands. These are the shaped like a flower and then these have more like pointed little tips because they all have slightly different sizes to them. So if this one doesn't have the right size, this one might have it. Does that make sense? And vice versa. So I have two different styles. They're both linked on the Amazon shopping list. But see, like this guy, he takes this weird size and then he doesn't shove in very far. So we got this guy. I'm just laughing because I got all my turners ready and I don't actually have that many tumblers ready for epoxy, like actually ready. This guy will do, he'll be on his final coat, I believe. And then I have this guy. Where are they going? I guess I have 3 tumblers. My brain had, I prepared like all 8 of my turners. Oh, and this one's already on the turner. So yeah. All right, so we have 4 cups ready to go. Okay, so we're going to do a little UV resining. If you've been watching me do this one, this is the Happy Souls. It's very hard to get the insert out. Yes, absolutely. You need to figure out a jerry rig situation, whether you make yourself a little metal thing, wire thing with a little hook on the end that you can like stick in, hook, and pull it out. I have very long fingers and very strong hands from rock climbing. That's what I tell myself. But so I don't have an issue because I can just stick my finger in the middle, hook it, and pull it. But I have very long fingers and hands because I'm 6 feet tall, so I have big man hands. But yes, I will say they are hard to get out. So you need to have a solution for that. It's going to be a doozy. If anyone's wondering ever if it's hard to be live, and I know that I've done this live with you guys now for years, and I should be an absolute pro at it, but it is extremely hard to be live. It's hard to like talk, have a conversation, read comments, answer questions, and stay on track. And like the squirrel I'm actually not that squirrely in real life. It's just that I'm trying to do so much at the same time. It's very hard to stay on track. Because literally I went to clean my mask, so I went to go get a baby wipe, and then I opened my baby wipes. I'm like, why am I grabbing a baby wipe? And then I forgot. And then I went to put my mask on again. I was like, oh, that's why I was grabbing a baby wipe. Wipe it out. Okay. I am going to go ahead and suit up. I'm going to be using UV resin. I'm very allergic to UV resin. So I make sure you wear your chemical respirator, your nitrile gloves. We're going to try to make this the final coat for this tumbler. So I'm going to have my UV light. I'm going to put it in my lap so it doesn't accidentally light contaminate. That's going to be fine. Okay. All right. So with this tumbler, I make it look easy. Thank you guys. With this tumbler, it's got the chunky bottom. Now, some people avoid dealing with this rough edge and the chunky glitter by only like glittering the chunky up here and then having a matching fine glitter color on the bottom. So it's all fine glitter. That's great. Except for I love the sparkle of the chunkies. I mean, you get some spark, like obviously fine. This is fine and it's fantastic and amazeballs. I just think for me personally, I'm like, this doesn't bother me. And I'm going to show you why. It's very easy to cope with this and this with your chunkies. It's called UV resin. Okay. So I'm super allergic to this stuff. So we're going to be very careful. You want to be very careful anyway, but I don't have a choice. Well, I mean, it is a choice. I could go to the urgent care. Actually, nowadays, now that I know what the reaction is, I know what it is. There's nothing that they can do at urgent care. And I will tell you, it wasn't urgent care that figured it out. It wasn't the emergency room that figured out what my issue was. I thought I had strep throat. And then I thought I had reoccurring strep throat. And when they were testing me and telling me I didn't have strep throat, I told them that they got the test wrong. I'm like, there's no way this is just, I thought that what was happening to me was sore throats and strep throat. What happens is if I breathe even a half of a breath in a room that has any UV resin in it, I get like just absolute open sore, like just horrible. It looks like gnarly strep throat. And massive headaches and like I get flu-like symptoms. So I've been to the urgent care for it. It took a while for me to figure out that it was happening anytime I used UV resin. First I thought it was regular epoxy and I was absolutely panicking. And then I realized it's not the epoxy, that the only time that sometimes I get exposure is sometimes I have UV resin and I will use it on a little project in my light box and not think about it and go in there an hour later. Like I would with epoxy, because this is supposed to be non-toxic. You don't normally need to wear a mask with this. Now I tell everybody to wear a mask with it because they say that you don't need to, that it's non-toxic, blah blah blah, that it's kid safe, all this stuff. However, over the 20 years of me using this, my body has now been like, we've had enough. We don't want to deal with this anymore. We hate it. And I have a massive allergic reaction. So it took me a while to figure out what it was. I did start recognizing that it was an epoxy allergy, but I thought it was regular epoxy. Either way, what I am now just like super hyper vigilant about when I use this. So like once we use this, I will not take this mask off in this room, even if I did epoxy, epoxy or UV resin. I do not take this mask off, and I will not come into this room until tomorrow afternoon. I will leave my VOC chemical air purifier going in here. I will leave the filtration system and the ventilation system going in here, so it completely clears this room out before I come in, because it sucks. The last reaction I had was I was working in my Lightbox filming, and I was using UV resin, and I got an extremely important phone call, and I just literally went, I pulled it down, and I went, hello, and put my mask back on and ran out of the room to take the phone call. That little bit, and it's the full-blown attack. All right, so take care of your body. Take care of your body. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take the UV resin, and we are going to put it along that edge. Loop. Okay, and we're just going to loop, 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 loop. Coat it, coat it, coat it. And hit it with the light. Loop. There's a little book. Hit it with the light. I didn't go all the way around because this is a very large tumbler. By the way, you don't need to hit it with the light for 120 seconds to start. Just bump it. Okay. Then rotate and do the next section. If this was a smaller cup, I would do the whole cup all at once. But because this is a much broader cup, bigger around tumbler, we're going to go ahead and just do section by section. Okay. Give it like 10 seconds. Can somebody drop a comment? My comments are stuck again. Okay. Ugh, the comments are stuck again, you guys. Sorry. Come around for the last little wave. And putting this UV resin on and sealing it immediately so the epoxy stays over that top of that chunky glitter is going to make your life so easy. Okay. So now I just take the cup, let it do one full cure on it for 120 seconds. Then we'll get under epoxy. We'll do that on the top and the bottom. Okay. Okay, so that was about 50 seconds. We'll go ahead and just let it do the final one like this. Okay. So then we're going to do that same process around the rim on the top. Now, UV resin is not FDA compliant, so it cannot be the final coat. So if I put it around the rim on the top, we have to put a coat of epoxy over the top, FDA compliant epoxy over the top. You also can't patch repair with UV resin or epoxy. You have to cover the whole thing. So like this, me doing it along the bottom, you can't be like, oh, it just needs the edge done and then it's finished, and just put a little on the edge and then UV resin it and be done. You will be able to see the line where that UV resin is. It doesn't, even though it's clear, it doesn't just disappear. So it has to have a full coat of epoxy put over the top. Now it will fully disappear under epoxy, but it won't just disappear, so you can't patch repair anything with epoxy. You have to do a full coat. So that's why somebody will say, oh, can I just grind this little piece out and put a little epoxy in there? I mean, you can physically do that. You can't, it's impossible to do that. Does it look good? No. You're going to be able to see that little patch. It would be like if you put holes in your wall and then you put spackle in the hole and you're like, it's fixed, but you can see the spackle. The hole's not there anymore, but you can see what you put in the hole. That's going to be the same thing. Okay. All right. Now, there was a little bubble. the UV resin had a little ripple along right on this edge, and that edge is the one edge you want really smooth because that's the base of your tumbler. So I'm just sanding down that little ripple. You don't normally have to do this. This is also most likely just because it's a very chunky glitter. But I would rather sand it smooth now than put another coat, what's supposed to be my final coat of epoxy, and there still be like a little bubble there, and then I have to sand that coat of epoxy and put another coat of epoxy. I would rather put this UV resin on and then do this sanding now and get it perfectly smooth. So that the next coat of epoxy can be the next coat. And I'm just going, I'm just like, well, now that I'm here and I'm already sanding, I might as well just do a flat sand across the bottom and make sure that it's nice and level. And there isn't anything sticking up. Yeah, perfect. Great. So when you sand UV resin or epoxy, if you're new to this, it really dulls the shine. So you can see how, should have wiped it with a towel. Now the towel's floofies are stuck to it. So you can see how dull it got, right? That will shine right back up with the next coat of epoxy. Sorry, I'm being a perfectionist. Oh, Marie, yes. The type of epoxy you use is important. You don't want to use a deep core epoxy on your tumblers. It'll be way too thin. You'll get crazy amounts of fish eyes. All right. Just feeling it. Make sure it's smooth, feels good. Towel fuzzies. So I wiped it down with that towel. Now it's got little fuzzies stuck to it. Okay, now we're going to do the top. Okay. All this is using the Happy Souls collection. I believe this collection sold out. Sorry, guys. If you have not seen the announcement, if you were not part of the live on Saturday, the Honeybee collection and the Honeybee collection and the Hanukkah collection have all gone available individually on the website. The Honeybee and the Hanukkah collection are now all available on the website individually. Some of each of the collection of all the parts of everything have sold out. So a couple of the decals from the Honeybee are already sold out. A couple of the decals from the Hanukkah have already sold out. So this side, I'm going to go, oh, you can't see, sorry. This side, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole rim of the tumbler. So the bottom, we did it in parts. The top, we'll do it. This one is not as roughed up, so I don't have to, it doesn't need to be as thick. I did lay it on a little thicker for the bottom. This one is almost perfect, so this is just catching a few little ripples, so it's not as intense. Okay. And then we're going to cure that up. Yeah, molding epoxy is the same as deep pouring epoxy. Yeah. We call it molding epoxy because you guys kind of understand what that is a little easier. You live and you learn. Well, at least you don't have to get rid of the epoxy, Marie. You just use it for your molds now. So if you're just jumping in today, there was a new release. There's a beautiful collection of green, white, and silver rhinestones and mini pearls. It's called Baking Spirits Bright. There's a designer pack. There's a decal pack. We also launched Aussie. Here's our new green glitter. Here, while this guy is curing, let's show you guys off. Show you Aussie. Actually, we can retape this and I can put it in the box and get it spray painted. We went to Home Depot. We took the new dogs to Home Depot. And I fell in love with the dogs. And they're so freaking cute. And they're so good. They want to please you so bad. They've never been on a leash. And so we worked with them a little bit in the yard, gave them baths, totally groomed them up. They came out so white and so beautiful. And they were so good for baths. They just stood there and let Ivan scrub them. They've never had baths before. And just let Ivan scrub them and love on them. And then I brushed them all out and trimmed off all their matting that they had. And then we took them to Home Depot and Tractor Supply. It's 2 places you can take your dogs. And we literally just walked up and down all the aisles of Home Depot. It's what we do with our service dogs when we're working with our service dogs. We just walk and people stop and talk. And they figured out how to walk on a leash in less than 10 minutes. They were like squirrels. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know what to do. And I was working with them and training them and doing work with them. And within 10 minutes, they were working. I posted a video. They were walking so good on a leash and being such the goodest boys. And so this morning, so then they slept in a crate in the garage last night. They've never slept in crates before. They've never been in crates before. And we got them in their nice little beds, and we got them a nice little chew bone to keep them busy because they've never been in there. We don't want them destroying the nice little beds we got them. And they did so good. They slept. They were total gentlemen in there. They did not bark. They didn't fuss. They were right next to each other so they could see each other. They didn't bark or fuss at all. And they're just the nice boys. So today I brought one of them to work. He's not with me now. I took him back up right before the live. I took him back home so I could let him out to run and play and stuff because he's been just sitting in the office with me and walking around the warehouse with me. Just continuing to learn to be on a leash and be a good boy. No, we never got our dogs back. We're pretty sure they were stolen. I was pretty sure from day one that they were taken. It's just super weird and very suspicious. And no, we did not get our boys back, but we are still looking. We still have our post up. We still have people call us anytime, there's somebody's missing one or how did the auction go? It was okay. It was a learning lesson for us. We knew we weren't going to be getting an amazing price because we don't know how to sell a horse. We don't even know what to say to sell a horse. And so it was fine. We didn't get top dollar, but I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I lost out either. But I mean, we did. We lost a lot of money on it. But I was like, it's fine. It's a learning experience for us. I wouldn't have known how to sell her otherwise. So this is how we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay, the decal pack for the Baking Spirits Bright only has 10 left. Susan, yes, we do. We have had beads for the bead pens. They sell out quickly. I believe we have more on the way. But yes. Yeah, there's nothing to apologize about. We knew that we weren't going to get amazing prices. We're not professionals at photography and filming a horse. We don't know what buyers want to see. So we were trying to you know, do the horses, but I'm like, I don't know what a buyer wants to see with a horse. Like, I don't know. So we were winging it. Okay. Now, we are going to seal this guy in, but first, I'm going to glitter the butt. So I took a little bit of UV resin, and I'm going to take a little bit of Aussie. Oop, that's a lot of Aussie. I didn't need to put that much in there. Well, there you go. You don't want to put too much in because you don't want to block. You don't want to block the UV light. Okay, so I'm gonna dilute it. I'm gonna put too much in there. You gotta just do very sparingly on your glitter. If it's a metallic, this is the metallic holographic. You can do this with regular epoxy. Just mix in the epoxy and then just pour it on and put it in. I'm just going to do instant gratification with the UV resin. But again, this could just be just mix up Tumbler epoxy, add a little glitter, and then fill the little trough underneath. Got a little glitter butt. I'm going to do 2 layers, so this one layer it's not detrimental if I don't get it perfectly round on the edges. Some cups don't have these deep troughs, so you can't really do this. This cup has a nice, oh, for Pete's sakes. This cup has a nice deep trough. If you do this with regular epoxy, you can put as much glitter in as you want. Because it's UV resin, I have to be very sparing with this first layer. How did the girls' school event go? Oh my goodness, that was a while ago. Well, for us it feels like a while ago. They were super cute. They have a veterans. They're putting on a performance for all the veterans in our town tomorrow. What am I going to do at the top of this tumbler? Probably rhinestone it. The part that I have taped off is probably going to get rhinestones. Yeah, the girls' school event was super cute. Them running their little marathons. And then tomorrow, Vera does her little performance for the veterans. And then Thursday, the other 2 are doing their little performance. I gotta remember to dress her. Hi guys. All right, so the next what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this guy under epoxy. We're gonna do this little guy's butt done. I got him all taped off. I can put him in my light box. And whoa, you guys are shopping. I put him in my light box. There's only 20 designer packs left. If you do not know this, we launched a bunch of mini instant transfer sets. There's little mini cheetah spot patches. There are little mini ocean hearts. There's little mini snow leopard gnomies, Christmas trees with little gnomies and snow leopard stuff. The bumblebee collection. So if you love the bumblebee collection, but you wanted 1 or 2 things more, if you got the whole collection, you're like, oh, I wish I had 2 of these decals or whatever. The decals in the full sheets are now available individually, as well as all the Hanukkah decals and instant transfer sheets. Those are all also available individually. Yeah, no worries. You just painted the same cup in red. Yeah, I'm gonna do rhinestones along this top edge. Mainly because it's got the bevel and I don't want chunky glitter over that bevel. All right, so now I have the last little bit of glitter mixed. So we're gonna do one more layer. The reason I'm doing it in layers is so I can have a lot of glitter on the bottom, but I want to cure the first layer, then do the next round. And that way they both get cured up very, very well. Because if I tried to do all of it at once, there'd be too much glitter and it would have blocked a lot of that light from going through that UV resin and curing properly. So you got to do it in layers. But like I said, if you did this with just regular tumbler epoxy, you don't have to do it in layers. Just put your glitter in, put your tumbler epoxy in, and let it cure. It'll cure up just fine with the UV, with the glitter inside. It's just because I'm using UV resin, and the metallic of the holographic glitter would block the UV light. So you have to do it in layers. Did anybody have a craft fair over the weekend that they did? We went to a cute one. It's one we've been to before, the feed store, this little local family-owned feed store out here has a big dance hall in the back. And 3 times a year, they host a vendor event. And we went to the last one that they did. And it was very cute. Some of the people have little booths like they're like garage sale type things, like their home, like used items, garage sale, but set up in a booth. There's a couple tumbler makers. There is a lot of people doing sublimation shirts and things, but there's just some really creative stuff. And I will tell you, this particular vendor booth, there's a bunch of people who are probably at least 75 or older, and I'm being very nice about that number. It's probably more like 80-year-olds, and they make the cutest stuff. And one of them does bakery goods. And so, but she only takes cash. I said, oh girl, I said, you need to figure out how, and I told her this last time too. I said, if you took debit card or like Cash App or PayPal or something, we would have bought probably 3 or 4 more things from her. And she sells like pies and stuff. But I'm like, I'm limited to what cash I carry, and we never carry cash, right? And I'd already given the kids each, they got a little money, like $5 each, and for them to be able to pick something. They'll pick Pokemon stickers, but they're so funny. But I was like, if you would make so much more money, you would sell so much more stuff if you took a credit card. But they're like 80 years old and so stuck in their ways. It's so cute. I got this done. It's a permanent bracelet. I've been wanting one of these. And she had rose gold and they're little hearts, which I love because it makes me think of my kids. And then I got one little charm on it. So now I have my permanent bracelet. All right, so now this is fully cured. So now we got a glitter butt. She's gonna be decorative. Now you can glitter the whole butt. I just want to have fun and do something different on this one. You had one that went really well. Nice, girl. How much did they charge you to have your booth there? Oh, Tink's got one on Saturday. Oh, yes, I knew Tink had one coming up. She's been working on stuff for it. All right, so this is going to go, you guys. Betty, she's refusing to stay in the shirt. She's like, I'm out of here. All right. Whoop. That one needs to get spray sealed. I ran out of spray. I gotta bring my clear glossy, my workout shirt. My clear glossy spray paint from up top. I literally went up to take the dog up there to drop him off and to get my clear glossy spray paint. I forgot to bring the clear glossy spray paint back. All right, so let's do this really quick. That's not too bad, 50 bucks. Susan asked something. Susan said, oh, I don't even see it. Does anyone know if they're, oh, cool. Hello, everybody. Okay. All right, we're going to go in. We're going to do this tumbler first, and then if we have time, we're going to go into finish my Baking Spirits Bright. Tumbler. Okay. Sitting in here. Nah, we're just going to mix. We're going to mix 2 batches. We're going to just go for it. All right. So I'm taking, if you've never heard me say this, I buy these larger cups when I go to mix multiple batches at the same time. These are the cups from Walmart. They're called Great Value. The reason I like them is they don't have ridges going up the side where epoxy can kind of get stuck down into those little ridges. They're nice and smooth, so it's easy to scrape the inside and get it really well mixed. And then I just cut the top off. You can save that top part, flip it upside down, hot glue it to your silicone mat, and then use it to make your molds if you do your own silicone molding. So I'm making a slightly larger batch of epoxy so I can just do both tumblers back to back. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff on the website. And the Bumblebee and the Hanukkah collections are now available as individual items. Wow, that was almost dead on to the 100th. Nice poor Summer. Pants Wales, Summer. Pants Wales. Oh, Mary Cameron. Well, go take a snoozer, Mary. Are there any nurses in the house? Or doctors, I guess. I'm wondering if you can get a cramp in your tendon. Because it feels like what's actually happening to me is not in my muscle. It feels like my tendon is seizing up. Because it's not like my whole hamstring. It's only like the left side of my hamstring. And it's all the way through my knee and up. Like, it's weird. It's not like a normal muscle cramp. It's been killing me at night. Poor Ivan. And he, last night, he attempted to help me, like, in the middle of his, oh, you just woke up. In the middle of sleeping, and he was, like, not awake. And so he was, like, trying to help me. And then, he just, like, all of a sudden stopped helping me and then was snoring again. I was like, oh, I guess he went right back to bed. I guess he went back to bed while I'm still over here writhing in pain on the floor. But I was telling Diane today, I was like, it does not actually feel like a leg cramp. It's so much weirder and worse. Okay, when you mix your epoxy for multiple batches, guys, make sure you have your cup set out so that you can separate, because if you just leave this sitting in this cup like this, you could potentially get a flash cure. Okay, so get it all mixed up, scrape your spoons, scrape, and then separate your batches. Actually, we need one extra cup. Okay. Not cooking? Oh, not cooking. All right, here we go. Is Facebook there? Facebook, where are you at? Ivan used to give me massages. I agree. But he's a terrible massager, so he's not going to. Whoops. Apparently this is not the right foam for this. I thought I measured it. That's going to be too big, yeah. This is why I like these flowers. Because with these, oops. Didn't I put that on that and test that? I feel like I tested that. Now it's not fitting. Hold on. I'm going to clean my finger off real quick. This is why I say have the two different brands, because that one brand isn't going to fit right. So we got to switch to this one. Oh. Hold on. It's not going to fit either. Wait a minute. Oh, that fits. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Back on track. See, oh, and the other thing I don't like about this turner is it spins faster. I really like the slower spinners. Less stressful. It's a lot easier to like get a rhythm on it. But see, once we go over this along the bottom, now it's a smooth edge. And once we get epoxy over it, you can no longer see where I sanded it. It goes totally invisible. Okay, then we're going to go all the way up to the top. Swooping up, swooping up, swooping up. Same up here. You will no longer see where we put that UV resin on the top. We're also sealing that UV resin in under UV, FDA compliant epoxy to make it safe. So I'll put a little bit more on here. It will self-level. I'm hoping this is my last coat. Oh, well, that looks beautiful. There's like a little bit in here I could scrape out if I need to. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, push it on, make sure it's on all the way on the turner. Yeah, I think that's going to be our final coat, guys. I thought of putting a vinyl band in the middle or like words, decal words or something on it, but I was like, honestly, it's just really beautiful just as a tumbler. No, I like the cup rotating away from me. I 100% I 100% prefer the cup rotating away from me. I don't know why. That's a preference. You can actually turn this off, and you should be able. Well, our turners, you can turn it off, turn it back on, and it'll reset itself. This one does not do that. All right, so we're going to flip this around. Okay, we're going to do this guy. Should be this guy's last coat. His last coat actually should have been his final coat, but he got a couple fish eyes, so we're going to just play through. And really the reason the last coat was his final coat was because I was being lazy. Then I was like, it technically does need two more coats. Yeah. So now I'm used to the cup being facing the opposite direction. That's these double turners like this from my setup here on camera with you guys. This is very confusing because I have to now go backwards for what I'm used to. Usually I'm used to doing the swoop up from the other direction. Swoop down, swoop down. Because I'm used to the turner machine being on this side. Now it's on the opposite side. Swoop up, swoop up, swoop up. I do not like how fast this rotates, by the way. This is not my favorite. But it's fine. Good to challenge yourself. It's not hard. It doesn't make it harder. It's what you get so used to doing something over and over and over the same way for so long, and then it changes a little bit, and you're like, yeah. One more check on this top lip. Okay, now put a little off the butt. Okay. Done. Like 2 grams left. Not even 1 gram left. We'll just squish it on there. All right, y'all, if you're just jumping on, tonight we are just wrapping up by getting some of these tumblers finished. Final coats of epoxy on. So I'm going to clear them out. But the new collection, Baking Spirits Bright, is out. It is already getting close to being sold out. There's only like 10 of the decal packs and about 10 of the designer packs. The last time I looked, it's super cute. I showed it off at the beginning of this live. We used it on a couple different projects. And now we're just wrapping up this live by throwing a couple of these tumblers on the turners so we can get them out the door. So just getting them all popping bubbles here real quick. These don't have any noticeable bubbles, but it's good to do it at least once around. I think it actually went twice around, but because it's going so fast, I'm used to the timing of the slower tumbler, the slower turner. All right, let me move these guys into the turning room. All right, I'm going to shut that door. I got the vent fans going. All right, we're not going to do any more tumbler shine. I've run out of time. It's all right. We didn't have anything pressing. I was like, oh, I guess we could get this guy under epoxy. But I really feel like he needs something right here. I feel like it's cute. It could be done, but we'll see. He'll live to chill another day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow's Battle Box Day. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Time, Battle Box will go live and active. If you missed the Battle Box reveal, I don't have the whole reveal. Shoot, I should have got the decals. This is your Battle Box. Set your timers because this one is going to sell out. One, it's a super cool cup. And two, the price is only $24.75. So it's $24.75. It comes with two lids. You're gonna get it's a fatty. It's not a standard fatty though. It's a plump. I guess there's a fatty and a plump. This is a plump. It's sublimation ready to sublimate. It comes with two lids. You get the basic lid that comes with it, right? And then you're gonna get this fun lid. It's a shaker lid. I've already put the little things in there. It's a shaker lid. It's going to come with the Craft Addicts mix. This is the Craft Addicts mix. I poured it in last week when I showed you guys this. So you put the straw down the middle, and then you have the little snow globe on top of the tumbler. And it's coming with 2 decals and a Craft Addicts mix. It pops apart. It's part of the Craft Addicts mix. You can fill this with whatever you want, but you're going to get a pack of this Craft Addicts mix, which has rhinestones, Bingsu beads, shaped glitter. The shaped glitters are like little Christmas lights. The little Christmas lights. So you can do whatever you want with it. There's little acrylic hearts. They look like little gems. It's a little green acrylic heart. Little balls. These come in different sizes in green and red. There's rhinestones in there and Bingsu beads. It's a little Craft Addicts mix. If you have not played with one of these, they're super fun and you can get real creative. And then you can latch it on here. I know some of y'all are going to get brave and do liquid and liquefy this thing and make it into a full snow globe. Okay. So you're going to get 2 cute. There's no coupon code right now, Michelle, no. Yes, it can be sealed enough to make a liquid snow globe. It's going to take some skills. You're so late to the party. And I would definitely say you want to price seal it with UV resin. So you'll seal it. You'll put your UV resin, and pop it down. Just pop it and hit it with the light as fast as you can. It's going to be real terrific. Or quick cure. Actually, quick cure might even be better because it's thicker. I put a little your quick cure. You can drill. I don't know. You guys are going to get creative. I haven't really walked through it, but it does not have to have liquid. You can leave it for a snack, make it a snack cup. It could technically be a snack cup because you could put for me it would be my little almonds and my antacids that I would carry with me. It does not have to be a snow globe to meet requirements of finishing this. We actually are curious to see what you guys do with this. So, but it has the 2 lids, so you can go with the top like that, or if it's a day where you are using it like a snack cup, you don't have to snack cup that. You can just regular lid it, okay? This is the Battle Box. It also has 2 instant transfers that come with it. I forgot to bring them in here. The girls were still cutting them apart and getting them ready, prepping all the battle boxes. All right, this goes live tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Yes. Looks like M&Ms. Kind of. But they're perfectly round. They're not like flat in the middle. They're not like squished down. All right, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Battle box goes live at 3 o'clock, so get ready. Poised for, there's only 200 of these. I just like this style cut, by the way. And this is super fun. Woo! Oh, I dropped that on my phone. Nope, didn't crack my phone. I break my phone a lot. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have fun, guys. Bye.